because they all have the opportunity to vote, which actually should be what's happening across America. Unfortunately, it's not right now. But if you are registered or you're part of this unit, you have the opportunity to vote yes or no. And like in any democracy, those who vote get recorded and those who vote decide. The reason the sky is falling for some people in Loudoun County right now is because this is going to potentially give the little people power. This is potentially going to give women power. This is potentially going to give women more pay. This is potentially going to give minorities more pay. And the sky is falling for certain people who want to keep our society ruled by white supremacy. So the sky is falling for those folks in the county, but not for the rest of us. And we're going to have unions in Loudoun County.
Ms. Glass?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I was curious and decided to look up what the voter turnout was in 2019 when all of us were elected. And that year, Loudoun had a countywide turnout of 44.47%, with only 8 of our 98 precincts having turnout above 50%. If certain employees do not wish to vote in an election on whether to unionize, then that is their prerogative. However, that lack of voting should not impact fellow employees who do wish to vote and be active in the process. Thank you.
Mr. Saines?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let's all take a deep breath. All right. Some of the stuff that's being thrown around is just a little extreme. I'll just say that. I wrestled with this, to be honest with you. I went back and forth with having the majority that are eligible as the rule, and just having a plain majority for those who vote or you don't vote. But I came down on the decision that, yeah, just like in any election, it's whoever turns out, majority wins. Because, yeah, we didn't use that, and thank you, Supervisor Glass. We're giving the data from 2019. That's not how we did it for our election. That's not how we do it for any other election I can think of. So it should be the majority rules for those who turn out to vote, period. And I encourage the union representation to go talk to your fellow employees, tell them why you want unions, answer their questions. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be a professional, respectful way when you do it. And have good, respectful conversations. And I encourage those who are following along, who are watching at home, if this passed, which most likely will pass, we do have union representation here in Loudoun. Do your homework, ask your questions, and when the time comes for the vote, go vote. Just like any other election, we always tell people to go vote. You get one person, one vote. Go vote. Exercise your rights to go vote. If you want union, go vote for a union. If you don't want a union, go vote no for union. But at least you go vote and be a participant and raise your hand and say that you participated. And if there's, for comments earlier, if there's fears of intimidation or you just have hesitation, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to go with you to the polling place, wherever that might be or whatever, or answer any questions and make sure you feel comfortable. My email is karan.saines@loudoun.gov. Please get in touch with me because I'll be glad to help you out however I can and answer any questions that you might have. But we encourage everybody to go vote. One person, one vote, either yes or no. Let's make it a good and active participation process. Thank you.
Okay, first, Mr. Letourneau, I'm actually going to say no this time because we've done this 1,000 times, so I'm going to say no this time. Mr. Letourneau, I completely disagree with you. I think it is completely treating people like adults to say, go vote yes or vote no, but go vote. How is that not treating human beings like adults? That's what adult behavior is. And if the vote is no, then the vote is no. There will not be a union. But the vote is yes, there's a yes. And actually, another thing is, if it is I was going to say a PR issue, an HR issue, and an employee wants to go handle that HR issue with their direct supervisor, they can do that, can they not?
Yes, employees always have the right to seek HR to address a concern or to address it directly.
And they don't have to have unions to do that?
That's correct.
Okay, so that needs to be said as well. So this is treating adults like adults. It's saying the adult human beings, you have a right to vote whether you want this or not. And then they can do that. That's what adult behavior is. Ms. Briskman, I will always be in some ways so proud of you and so happy you're on the board with me. But I gotta tell you, this has nothing to do with white supremacy. And because I know what, and Ms. Briskman, you know what, right now I'm talking, and I'm the only one talking. It is the epitome of white privilege to not know what white supremacy actually is. This is not about white supremacy. I'm sorry, but we have an incredibly diverse staff, and we have a incredibly diverse senior staff. We have probably more women than any senior staff you will ever find, to be quite honest. And the head of our HR department is a black woman. This is not a white supremacy. There is white supremacy in this world and in this county. And there is white supremacy that we deal with all the time. But not everything is a white supremacy issue. And you're right, little people will have a chance to say what they want to say, but that's all little people, little brown people, little black people, little white people, whoever wants to talk. So we can't make, if you make everything about race, then nothing is about race. So I support this because I support the county staff having the right to choose, and they will have the right to choose when they vote one way or another. Motion made by Chair Randall, seconded by Supervisor Saines. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Oppose? No. That motion will pass 6-3.